smoke weed every day.
What's the motherfucking deal, my friends in the den? I hope you all are having a terrific Tuesday. I hope that everything in your life is going your way. I hope that all is well. I hope that you prevail in everything that you put your mind to. I hope you reach new plateaus in your world. But welcome to the Kush Den. If you're not familiar with the Kush Den is a 420 friendly conversation and community. Even though today is actually like June, July, August. What is this, September? So I think it started in July. So it's been about 3 months now that have been reefer free. So there's that. Man, you know, if you don't smoke, pour yourself up a nice adult beverage. If you don't drink, pour yourself a nice warm glass of milk, and we're just gonna talk about some things. I know the Kush line number is up. We're not gonna call that right now. It's not activated. Actually, but while we're talking, give me just un segundo, and I'll actually get that set up so that I can activate that. So give me just un momento promptly, and then we're going to dive into the topic. We are going to talk about, can we cure the incels? Very interesting. So we'll talk about that. If you don't know what an incel is, like I say, we'll describe all that good shit. We'll get it all figured out for you. But give me just one moment. Now, we're going to talk about incels. Can we cure the incels? I think that it's time we dedicated a video to the incels, and we're going to solve the problem. We're going to figure out a way to resolve these issues. We're going to talk about, is an incel really an incel, or is an incel a person who is entitled? Is an incel a person with a skewed perspective on life? Edman, an incel is an involuntary celibate. Basically a person who feels as though no matter how hard they try, they can't get any sexual action. One, I think that's a lie, because that's what prostitutes are for. Two, but what I think the big deal with incels are, these are guys who have a specific standard in mind of the type of woman they want, but they don't have any of the qualities that a woman like that would want from them. So they blame it all on good-looking guys and this other stuff, you know, and they're chads, if you will. And matter of fact, there's an easy way to figure this out, you know. There's definitely an easy way to figure it out. Heidi says, incels are a threat. Have you heard the expression, anger is a blocked wish? The wish is sex, it's blocked anger. Now, yeah, the guy that I want to say, it wasn't UCLA, but it was somewhere in California a couple of years back. He was a self-proclaimed incel, and if you see his video, I can't think of his fucking name right now. There you go. I mean, yeah, like somebody used the explain, involuntary celibate person, usually male, who has a horrible personality and treats women like sexual objects, thinks his lack of sex comes from him being ugly, when it's really his blatant sexism and terrible attitude. Incels have little to no self-awareness. Even when they see other ugly men with girlfriends, they consider these men to be tricksters who have somehow, that's a long ass fucking definition. Anyway, But it makes a lot of sense. It is what it is, man. Because in reality, it takes nothing to get some ass these days. It's just that these guys have low self-esteem. These guys have a skewed perspective on life. And their testes haven't dropped. So, and exactly, no, that is a perfect analysis, T'Challa. It is a person with a victim mentality. Woe is me, I was born ugly, and I can't do this. Go hit the weights, motherfucker. Go fucking get a talent, get a skill, learn how to have a little bit of personality, because these are all learnable traits. People just think people are born with these things. People learn traits. Some people learn them younger. Some people pick them up as they grow. Some people don't learn that shit till they real old. You say I got just as much play when I was 300 pounds as I did it one day, so I don't know what the fuck these dude niggas on. My thing is that go learn some skills as opposed to sitting there and complaining and sitting in your little box with a bunch of other little weirdos who sit there and complain and again, that echo chamber. Well, it's because of this. It's because that. It's an excuse. An incel is essentially an excuse, man. So I think that you have to kind of think about that. Low self-esteem male, incel, low self-esteem female sleeps around. Well, then why don't the low self-esteems hook up with each other and then they win? You know what I'm saying? Become a Chad. Don't be sad. Become a Chad. Hey, that's a shirt. So my thing is this, though. You have to do females who find men who code. Yeah, the ones that go to fucking anime conventions and they go to them fucking Comic Cons. Now, you're not going to have the best selection with those type of chicks. A lot of them may be indiscernible from men. So you may find you a couple of Huckabee Sanders lookalikes. Yeah, hey, you know what? That might be the thing. Fuck all that Honchella. I'm going to start Incel Con. And what you're going to do is you're going to get all the incels you're going to fool them into thinking that these good looking women want to sleep with them. And then you take all their little incel money. But I'm pretty sure incels only have like virtual currency. They don't have any real money. So now don't get it twisted. Some of those cosplay chicks, they know their market. Some of them motherfuckers actually get in shape and they dress up like these characters and they play to some of these men's fantasies. And they make a living just doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Don't be sad, smoke a drag. Oh, you got to be careful. You say virtual currency is just as good. Shit, it depends on what kind of virtual currency. Only if we're talking about cryptocurrency. If we talking about fucking 2K VC bucks and shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you're going to win too much with that unless you meet a chick who likes a whole lot of NBA 2K. So there's that. Oh man. We learned about strawberry milk and that's a scary thing. That's definitely a very questionable term for slang. Let me check something out real quick because I think we got some double play on something going on here. Yeah, that's where it's at right here. But my thing again, like I say, is that you have to say fuck all that dumb shit. And there's a point where you have to decide. And it's crazy that these men make the decision that they'd rather go off and, I'm not saying all of them, but some of the more notable incels have gone off and caused havoc in society. They get the nuts to want to go and kill people, or they get so angry they go and kill people. Their envy and jealousy, which is a crazy thing. Envy and jealousy are very powerful. But they'll go off and they'll run people over, kill people because they can't go up and speak to a woman and say, "Hi, my name is Slim Shady." I think that it's very unfortunate that, you know, people have lost their lives because these guys are too coward. They possess too much cowardice to go out and speak to a woman. And then they possess too much cowardice when it comes to dealing with other dudes, because apparently they feel like, oh, these guys got all these traits and skills and I'm just going to resign myself to my room and complain about everything instead of fucking going out and getting what it is that they want. Look, I'm trying to find a genie in a lamp. I'm not complaining about my block wishes. I'm wishing for $1 billion. But you don't see me going out and killing anybody. Yeah, you definitely don't want to. I'm going to be honest. We were actually going to talk about simp. I was going to do a topic of simping, and we're probably going to save that for sometime this week because I was debating between simping and the incels. But I've been saying we're going to talk about the incels for a while, and we have an in-house simp to get our simp information from. So, Kenneth, you may not have been carrying any backpacks today. How many shoes have you tied? I need to know. But my thing is this, if you have an issue. And we're talking about it now again because some of you guys are of that age. Some of you guys are grown, and it's a grown man trait too. If you saw that Vice video, some of these guys would rather shit on themselves on camera in front of other men than get together the nerve to go and speak to them. This is what I'm saying, and they wonder why women don't like me. I can't get a date, but I shit on myself on camera to entertain other men. There's that. The sound on Salsa Deportes. Translation notwithstanding. But my thing is this, who's the in-house simp? Say they must be trying to approach a beautiful woman like those don't care. But here's my thing, and that's what it is. They have these fantasies about these classy women, because they don't engage with women in real society. So most of all, they don't really see real women. They probably see women in pornos, and they get mad and call them sluts and everything. They probably see women in movies because they're not seeing these women in real time. They see women when they're with other men. They look for these quality women, but not realizing you don't have to have the most quality traits to attract a quality woman. Two, you set these standards, and again, people are people. There's no such thing as standards. There's, this person's too good for you. The fact that you create these false ideas in your mind that block you from accessing and having conversations or interactions with a person because you believe they're out of your league, that's your own problem. You know what I mean? Most likely to be. What the fuck is that? What kind of shit? 10 minutes in. Oh, it'll be there. I'm pretty sure it'll happen before it's all said and done. My thing is this though. Yes, the Japanese word Yakuza. I'm gonna change my name to Yakuza Honcho. Lazy and ghetto bras need love too. There's a Vice video about incels, and if you check it out, it's on YouTube. It's available. It's about 6 or 7 minutes long, and it'll definitely introduce you to see that. He says, not that I fail to get a girlfriend, it's just that I'm dissatisfied with my choices. Well, open up your accessibility, Dr. Rabbit. I mean, that's the thing. Don't limit yourself to the locals just because that's your proximity. Doesn't mean that that's the only options that you have. You have to utilize, the opportunity. You have the internet. You have access to the internet. Now, be careful and don't get catfished, and don't be going to any strawberry milk chat rooms, because we've learned what that's all about. But you got to do what you got to do, man. And so there's that. Say, Honcho, will I ever get a small part of your ad revenue? I ain't skip the ads in a minute. Well, you can have all of my Kush ad revenue. That's all yours. H-Train, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see all the kids' room. Go get a glass of milk and go to bed. Take a nap. Have I ever been catfished before? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't really know. I don't think so. But from the encounters that I've had, if I've ever met anyone, have I been drinking the warm milk? Absolutely not. From anybody that I've ever met via the internet, they've always been who they said they were. So I don't think that I've ever could be catfished in that aspect. But as far as maybe talking to someone and not knowing who it is on the other end, and they could possibly be someone else, I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know. That's a funny one. That Rich Homie Quad was pretty funny. But again, like I said, you have to be cautious about what you do. You have to be cautious about, what they are. So you're trying to pass the simping title on to Dr. Rabbit, I see, Kenneth. Let's see, what are you talking about? You gave your power, you got nothing in return. You say you gave them love and got nothing in return. Is your heart broken, Dr. Rabbit? You know? I mean, as far as if you've ever met anybody, then it's not like I've just gone and met a ton of motherfuckers off the internet. So I guess the only way that I could catfish confirm would have to be actual physical interaction. But as far as if I've talked to somebody briefly and maybe had a phone conversation or something, and I wasn't just that intrigued to continue the conversation or something of that nature, I wouldn't know, because you can only go by whatever pictures or whatever may have been that's in it. So you got catfish wasn't on AOL, man. Like, now here's the deal. AOL, I want to say, because of AOL, the likelihood that I've been in a catfish conversation, but without confirmation of the catfish conversation. So yes, the triple C's, catfish, conversation, confirmation, is lacking. But being on AOL chat, I'm sure I probably have been duped a time or two, because there's no telling what kind of perverts were lurking in them fucking chat rooms. But I can definitely say there were. The Yahoo was more solid. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see. The AOL catfish. AOL was the original lick, and then Kenneth, the person that no one could ever reject. If you get to know Kenneth, then he knows you're the luckiest person alive to these days. Yeah, definitely Kenneth put that. That sounds like a simp definition. So I definitely feel like Kenneth probably went to the Urban Dictionary and put that in there. So there's that. So Dr. Rabbit, Drake, homosexual duck, likes it up the bottom. That Urban Dictionary is solid. So my thing is this. Fakers go, I love Urban Dictionary. This is great. The Urban Dictionary, for the most part, I'm not going to go too far, but it seems to be quite accurate. I agree with the definitions for Drake, Nicki Minaj, the incel definition. And I agree with the SpongeBob definition. That works. I'm with it. Yahoo chat was live. Can you imagine being in love with this person for years and maybe sending them money to find out it's some whale and not the supermodel you thought? Man, have you seen it's a thing? Like, a lot of these overseas company, I want to say it was a Russian dating service, and these guys are getting told that they're going to get to hook up with all these foreign women, and they talk to them and they write to them, and they have to pay a fee for every letter for using this special instant messenger service, because it translates for them, even though there's Google Translate and stuff like that. Then they pay the money to go on a trip to go see the chicks. And it was one I was watching this video of, and the guy spent a lot of money. He was like a government contractor. It had to be like he was borderline incel. Like, he showed his house, and he had all kind of weird little action figures and figurines. And this guy was an older guy. He had to be pushing 40 and some change or so. And so he goes to Russia. He's been writing this chick, and they're supposed to have this big meet and greet where all the guys meet the chicks that they've been talking to all this time. And, part of it is they try to teach him how to have the courage to go and talk to the chicks. So basically, I think he finds out that it's been somebody else basically that he's been talking to the whole time. It's not anything that she said she was. And some chick tried to come up and say it was her, but he was like, man, she doesn't seem to know some of the correspondences that we've had and things like that. But he's got to spend tens of thousands of fucking dollars to go and meet women who aren't even fucking real. Like, and they're just, well, it's okay. Maybe, got a mix up. Like, people, again, they sell themselves these fucking, I don't want this. Don't do that. What are you talking about? I don't want none of that. But it's a crazy thing, man. Yeah. Wish George Bush was better. Well, it's just prefers. I guess it's what your preference is. If you like cocaine Bush, or you like the other one. You're not driving 2 hours to see anybody. Look at the Young Thug one. If you meet someone online, you need to be within 2 hours drive if it's going to get serious. 2 hours could be a long time. To be emotionally invested in someone you never met, but it happens all the time. I mean, words are powerful. Words are extremely powerful, because imagine being a person who has just never heard certain things. No one has ever told you. You have a lot of these women, especially they're older, almost barren or whatever the fuck it is, and they've just never had, some of them look like little gremlins and shit. And some fantasy looking guy, because they were talking about the Africans, the fucking 419 scammers, they were doing a lot of this shit. And they would find these women on these dating sites, and they just go get a picture of some white guy and off of like a stock photo, get a couple of pictures of him, and fucking they'd write these chicks and have conversations with them. They would talk about why they couldn't be on phone, why they could hardly use the phone or whatever, because, they were in the military or they were something else or whatever. And basically they would be milking these women out of everything. And they would be like, oh, I got some packages coming. I need you to send this money for customs and stuff like that. Like, them goddamn Africans. I don't see how Africa's still in poverty, goddamn. All these motherfucking scammers shit. At least Nigeria should be popping. But desperation that these women have, they've never had love, they've never had anybody emotionally care for them or whatever it may be, and they get fucking desperate with some motherfuckers that they'll never meet halfway across the fucking globe. They were like, it was the one I was watching, they were talking about these English women, and they were, milking them. Nice out here. No, I haven't smoked in 3 months. Not that I've just quit forever, but like I said, until I reach a certain goal, I'm holding off on the reefer. You know what I'm saying? I played a Nigerian got billion for chicks. Did you win the Nigeria lottery? But like I say, man, honestly, you could definitely, it's a thing. And like, it's not even catfishing at this point. And when you have more women than men, and I don't understand why. That's why I say I don't get why. I don't understand why people are so lonely. But again, it's having these standards, and it's like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, have a certain standard for yourself of what you want, but sometimes you have to look at yourself and say, okay, what do I really bring to the table? What do I really deserve? And if you're a low tier, low quality person, and a lot of people don't want to hear that and accept that in comparison, but obviously incels already feel that way if they're talking about, oh, the Chads get all the love because they got this and they work out and they do all this other stuff, and Chad doesn't, this, and this, then you already view yourself as a low quality person. Then you should accept what opportunities come your way, Same thing with some of these women. It's like, you kind of got the end of the short end of the stick, and the short end of the stick also happened to be the ugly end of the stick. So it was the short end of the ugly stick, and you got beat with it, vehemently. I mean, just thoroughly beat with it. I mean, beat down, probably with a group of. You kind of got to take what you get. You can't be, I'm not saying that you can't hope for too much, but you got women that have low standards for themselves but expect more, don't want to do the small things to improve themselves, but expect, to get some fucking, I don't know who's the fucker to get, Brad Pitt or some shit, you're getting rained on. Well, what does rain do to rabbit fur? That can't be good. The Sue and Woo are said like one word. See, I know a fat dude punch you. If they can hold a convo, you can have. Man, that's what it's a like. Man, look at Heavy D. All right, well, don't look at Heavy D now because he's no longer with us. But exactly, confidence is king. Conversation rules the nation, man. Confidence will get you further than money. Confidence will get you further than material shit. It will get you what you need. And the fact that these incels have absolutely -3 confidence, they're behind the 8 ball. They'll never win, because again, all it takes is find a talent, find something that you can be proud of, that you can do, other than, you probably don't want to put all your faith in video gaming. That's probably not the lick, unless you're just damn good at it. And then again, you go to video game conventions and win. But shit, even that fucking loser who killed all them people, he was good at video games, but he's a fucking piece of shit trash guy. You know what I'm saying? And fucking was fucking psychotic. So you just have to have confidence in yourself, man. And again, nobody's going to bite you for having a conversation. If somebody rejects you, then move on to the next. A lot of people can't handle rejection, and that's a problem. They feel like, oh, they've ruined my entire life. Like, it's a billion bitches on this. It's like almost 4 billion bitches on this planet. And you fucking mad because one fucking said no. It was funny because actually somebody commented on that. Somebody commented on the what was it? The soulmate Instagram picture I posted up on the Kush Den and tagged their fucking soulmate, I guess. Then it's probably some chick and she tagged the dude. Is there such thing? Yes, there is. That fucking dude is a simp. Because my thing is this. Like, I do believe that you can fall in love, that there are people that you will love and you know that you're compatible. But it's billions of people on the planet. So you're saying that there isn't more than one compatible person on this earth that you could be with. Like, I'm not saying that you're going to find all of them. That's not what I'm saying. But the fact, like, I don't want to resign to the mind state of if something ever happened that you can't ever find somebody else who you can love and care about. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. You know, but some people are feeling like, oh, it's only one person that I can only be. I think that's a bad way of thinking. You know what I mean? I think that's very bad. So, you know, it is what it is. If Edman is a simp, everyone BBWs let you come over and fuck no strings out. I don't know. Some of them BBWs be high sedity because they got a fat titty. Other titty be all flat, but when they got one fat titty, so they'd be like, all right. You know, I highly value this titty, so you're going to have to treat me good. If you can talk, that is almost right. If Honcho can get BBWs, everyone can. Exactly, Kenneth. You know what I'm saying? I'm the BBW slayer. So actually, when I was at the city fair, the rabbit looked the same. All the rabbits looked the same. They were all soft and looked the same. How do you judge them if they all look the same? And a wet rabbit would be sad. Tom, you're a strange guy. I think if you're too good at something, you can't handle it. And no, I don't think that makes sense. I think you're thrown off. I'm still worried about you and your whole situation with that. So what's your definition for BBWs, fat or thick? It depends. I told you, man, like, you got to go back and watch the video. It was one of the first Kush Den videos, you know, BBWs and fabs. You know, you have BBWs and then you have fabs, and fabs are fat ass bitches. And you got a lot of fabs who think they're BBWs. A BBW is, you can be big, but you must be proportionate. A fab is when you just all out of whack. You know what I'm saying? A fab is when you got back titties, you got gut, the fucking side overlapping the thigh. Like, when everything is just all out of whack, there's like no constraint, there's no nothing. That's fab action right there. BBW is more when you're proportioned. You know, you still have a shape, you still look like something. It's just a little thicker than normal, a little bit more meat on it. But a fab is it's not so much. So I think that's what you have to think about. Yeah, see, the Urban Dictionary doesn't have the updated meaning of fab, so there's that. The big brief. Oh, if you check the drawer and it's all granny drawers, well, there you go. So I remember the one BBW must have had a queef fart. How do you know that? How do you know that wasn't a real fart? And how were you? What were you doing being that close, Dr. Rabbit? And is that the sound that you imitated on the call that one time? I need to know. Fat ass bitch with back rolls, exactly. Like, if her bra strap is overlapped by flesh, and you know, if you're trying to undo the bra, you got to dig, you know, to unhook the shit, because obviously she's too big to get back there herself. She got some type of contraption in the bathroom that she used to unhook her bra. You know what I'm saying? There's that's a problem, you know. That's the fab category. You got some obese bitches out there trying to claim BBW status. You know, that is. Well, I'll stop kidding. I'm telling you, look, I'm trying to help you get over your simp, and that may be where you need to start. You know, let me find out you're carrying the big bitches backpacks too. Now we got to have a real talk, Kenneth. I'm gonna have to sign you up for my Sunday classes after the Texans games. To try not to be a simp. But what's up, man? What's supposed to say? I like a woman with some meat on it, but not too much. Where it's called Dunlap syndrome. Hell yeah. It's definitely stuff you got to be careful of. Like I say, there are limits to things. When you got to put in more effort than normal to do normal activities, normal sexual activities especially, then you're probably leaning more so into the fab category. So there's that, you know. There's that. You're leaning Texans this week? I already knew you're a Vrabel supporter. You know, you believe Vrabel is the next big thing in the game of football in the NFL. So we'll see what happens with that. So you bent over, touched it. Well, it depends. I mean, what type of bend over? Are we talking about on all fours? Or are we talking about bending over the edge of the bed and, you know, like feet on the ground, bending over the bed? Because there's different angles that we can, you know, that you can work with. So our fabs weight between 300. I mean, it depends. I mean, height is a factor. Height is a height and weight factor, you know, because if you 5'2" and you about in that 200 plus range, you know, you might be closer to the fab action. You know what I mean? But if a bitch is like some fucking 6'2" Amazon bitch, you know, she may have some weight on her, but she might not quite be that size. So I think it's there's several factors that go into accounting for what may or may not be a fab, a BBW, a thick bitch, an average chick, a skinny hoe, and an anorexic bitch. So there's that. Well, Jay Bird, you wouldn't know. We ain't even gonna get to Jay Bird and his. All right, man. I appreciate you coming through. You're sitting on top of you can't breathe. Yeah. You know what kills me? I remember seeing this one thing, and all these big bitches, want to be one big bitch, but these motherfuckers were talking about, oh, that's a real man. It was a swole ass dude, and he fucking he picked up some big bitch that was, I guess, carrying her to bed or something. I don't know what the fuck it was. They talk about that's like, do you understand how stupid this mentality is? Because these ungrateful bitches expect you to put in all this work. This nigga that's definitely years of work in the gym. These bitches want to put in years of work at the buffet, expect you to put in years of work at the gym to call themselves a real woman. Because no dog, only a dog wants a bone. A real man won't meat. That is true. A real man does want meat on it. I can't do anorexia. I don't want nothing like that. But there's a level of meat that you want to limit. But it's a real man because this motherfucker spent, you know, several years at the gym, you know, acquiring this type of strength. And again, like I said, she spent several years at a buffet acquiring that weight. Yet, again, the double standard is real. So there's that. Like, I have no problem with a big bitch. I have no problem with a thick broad. You know, and I have no problem with BBWs. But when you start getting into that fab action is where things start to get quite sketchy. And, you know, other things that you have to deal with. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Appreciate that, 335, because I was just about to make a comment on that, because that shit is getting lame. The whack-ass caca shit is getting super lame. Like, so all that caca shit that happened in the sauce, they will be on a 24 to 48 hour timeout, because that shit is fucking stupid. Like, again, I don't mind trolling. I can respect quality trolling. I can respect, you know, fucking respect quality humor. Like, make a little bit of effort into it, but just typing the same shit over and over with a whack ass spam, that shit is really lame. Kenneth about to get the ban. And see if Kenneth gets banned, I'm gonna ban him across all platforms again. He already had the ban action once, so I ain't even tripping on him. Anyway, my thing is, if you live a caca lifestyle and you like shit, then that's that. Whatever. You've never once trolled in the sauce. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you, Heidi. Yes. Beaners. I got a question. Okay. Because honestly, I used to never hear until, like I say, my best friend when that passed, he was Mexican. Yeah, didn't speak no Spanish. I used to never hear this kind of terminology. One, because I was just never around Mexicans like that. The ones that I was around prior to were actual real Mexicans, so they probably never used that type of terminology. It's the non-Spanish speaking ones. Beaners and wetbacks. This is the term they used to use all the fucking time. What is a more derogatory term? That boy Kenneth got burner cut cows, dog. Kenneth over there with the KD and the okie doke. That's funny. I didn't even catch the K, Joe. Like I said, I was preoccupied. So I mean, you asked for it, Kenneth. You were pushing the boundary button, so you'll be all right. 300 seconds. 300 seconds ain't that long. You'll be back in 5 minutes or so, something like that. You say wetback is worse than beaner? Why so? You know what I mean? I'm just curious. When someone calls me Mexican when I'm not, that's the most annoying thing. I've been fucking with Rosetta Stone. I still bored. I speak. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Wetback in a rail, wet neck. I've seen some of those. I've seen some wet necks. Or what about a redback? Or is that like Indians or something? I don't know. Because the struggle to cross the Rio is real. Beaner is a comment on a diet. I'm going to be honest. You always see whenever you do see images of people or Mexicans crossing the border and things like that. Do you ever see fat Mexicans crossing the border? Like, it's always average to smaller size Mexicans that I've seen. I mean, maybe you guys have seen more than I have, but I'm just wondering. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of. My mom calls Mexican hat dancers la cucarachas. Should we put gators in the river? Because that's my thing is Delgado sounds like a Hispanic name. What do you have against Mexicans trying to cross the river? Just wondering. Fat ones can't run. Got to be ready for border. Man, them curly boots are the most gangster shit. Man, I don't care. Look. You say whatever you want to say about Mexicans. Just don't talk about the boots. Them boots are super gangster. I'm going to give me some. I'm going to give me the whole outfit, the little shit with the little frills. Man, I seen one time, this was a few years back, when I used to go to my little favorite corner store, I seen this Mexican with the most pimp. He was a pimp-ass Mexican. The motherfucker had the long-ass curly boots, and bitches was damn near curling up, had the little silver shit tipped. This nigga had two hoes with him. You know what I'm saying? One under each little frilly fucking arm. But I was like, man, when I grow up, I hope I could be as fresh as this Mexican. Yeah, but not seriously. Niggas be throwing tortillas on the train. That's no bueno. The Mexican curly boots are super gangster, though. I don't know, cacahuates. What is that fucking? I forgot what I used to know what that meant. I don't even remember. But my thing is, Dominic, do you have some self-hate going on there? I'm curious. Just cross the bridge like a normal person, man. Like there are a good amount of legal Mexicans living a good life while I cross the river when we have shining example. But I mean, what if they're trying to get there now? What if they don't got time? What if the cartel's after them? What if they need to get up out of there like ASAP? Peanuts, cacahuates. Those boots bother you, man. That's the most gangster shit. I would look if they get some of those boots on Fortnite, then I'll play it. You get some, y'all get Fortnite. They got all them fucking weird ass costumes. Y'all get a character with them boots. I'll play some fucking. I'll play some fucking. He's got to have the whole unit though. The fucking hat. He's got to have the fucking. I want the whole suit to be white with the little frillies, the matching boot, and with the little silver tips. And I'd play fucking Fortnite there. Those boots actually seem like a hazard. Like, how do you drive with some shit like that? Because your foot is like, the foot is only like, say like the shoe is like, the boot will be like this fucking long, right? Okay, but your foot is like only to this part. The rest of this extra shit is like boot, and that bitch is all curling up. That shit is curling like old motherfuckers fucking nails when they don't clip the nails, and the nails just start fucking curling after a while. That's how the fucking boots be looking, but the other way. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting. But whoever the first person to like, is that the same kind of thing like they say with, you know, like with Americans, they talk about, oh, you know, what is it like the bigger the vehicle or the bigger the truck or car or whatever it is, it's supposed to be, what's the proper term? Basically it's supposed to be like insecurity about your penis size or something like that. But I forgot the actual term that I'm trying to think of. So is that how that works with the boots? Is that how you attract the women? You know, hey, I got a little bean junk, but I got big boots. Hey, yo. Yes, there's that. Cowboy boots, big belt buckle, and tight ass, short ass. You got called racist rabbit. I believe it. That old racist rabbit over there drinking his strawberry milk. There's that. I said the boots just the lifestyle. The trucks are something else. Oh, man, what is up with this lifestyle? You're talking about the cockeyes, the lifestyle, the boots are the lifestyle. Like they all have the big fucking boots, and everybody drives Silverados. So there's that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Those things could be a safety hazard. I wouldn't want to sit on a plane. I wouldn't want to be in a vehicle with that or any of those things. So that could definitely be dangerous. Belt buckles are very interesting. I like that fucking Geico commercial with the belt buckle. You know what I mean? The trucks with the naked woman painted on it. Sexual misconduct offense number 69. Stop. But that fucking belt buckle commercial, that's actually a pretty funny commercial. I think that one is. I think that is. What a prejudice? No, I love everybody. If I'm just gonna talk shit about everybody, I don't have a negative bone towards any particular race in my body. I have a negative bones for every race in my body. So everybody is equal. I am an equal opportunity offender, if you want to say that. I don't think I offend people. I'm just questioning the things that people do. I just wonder why, you know. Same way I question what I do and my race of people, I question what all other races of people do. I am not sexist all the time. Like, %64 of the time. Prejudice, the quality or condition of judging someone or a group of people before you meet them, usually using. But I've met all these people. I've met all these, so it's not prejudice because I've actually met these kind of people, and I'm speaking on their culture from what I've seen and what I've met from these people. So I don't think that's prejudice at all. I think that it's okay to say these things. It's true to believe that there's only one race superior to all others. Okay, like I say, I don't believe one race is superior to all others. I talk about that all the time. Hatred without reason of another race. Sadly, that has changed in today's world. Makes you racist, mentioning race in any way, not being totally politically correct, supporting your race, being white, telling a racist joke, judging by hair color, just like something someone likes as you. But I mean, that definition is like, and I agree with that. Like, I think people take race, oh, that's racism too far. People like want to be offended these days because they have nothing else to figure out. So they just want to be offended by some stupid shit. And watch girl fail videos. I do watch girl fail videos, and they are hilarious. They are fucking hilarious. I watch fat people fail videos. I watch girl fail videos, but the videos I like most of all are kid fail videos. I take great pleasure in watching kids fuck up and fall or do other stupid shit. But they'll be all right because they always bounce back. They still got young bones. So they'll bounce back quickly. You know what I mean? There's that. Um, whoa. No, I'm not into that type of shit. Dominic, I'm going to ask you not to apply your attributes to me. That makes me feel uncomfortable. I love it when women fuck. I love it when everybody fucks up. I like when people get owned. I find it interesting when people who believe stereotypes. I saw this video the other day. It was some bunch of little black girls trying to pick on this little white chick. And that white chick whooped their motherfucking ass. And they tried to jump her ass. At first it was one-on-one and she was beating the brakes off the one little black girl. Then they tried to jump in and she was kind of whooping somebody else. I like seeing the status quo upset. Like, that's why, like right now, like I say, I don't necessarily care about the Kaepernick and his particular protest. Like I said, there's other ways it could be, you could definitely remedy that situation. But I do like the fact that the establishment, the NFL, is, they're putting a little pressure on them now. They're still making money. That's not affecting anything. I like the fact that all the people who sit here and call the liberals, they're all snowflakes and they're all this, they cry just as much as the fucking liberals do. So it's like they try to have this ownership of these phrases. I like laughing at everybody. I like laughing at the liberals because they cry about a bunch of dumb bullshit, and I like crying at the conservatives crying over stupid dumb bullshit because none of that shit affects me. Like, so that's my whole deal. Like, I don't care about any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You say the funniest guy was the guy in the monster where they snuck on the edge and they didn't flinch. And then they took out the mask. They screamed, I haven't seen that. I have to check that out. I saw the stream where Wink farted. But did you see the mixer where Shaquille O'Cushington farted? There's that. The Killer Clowns. Yeah, that was a whole thing. Let's see. But again, like I say, with the whole racism thing, like, man, my thing is this. Like, I'm not with double standards, If it's okay for me to sit here and crack jokes and talk shit about fucking white people or talk shit about Mexicans or whoever else, and when I say Mexicans, yes, all Hispanics are labeled next. I'm not going to get into your fucking Hispanic identity politics, okay? It's all Mexican. But y'all know what the fuck I mean. Well, if you've been fucking with the den long enough, you know what I mean. If somebody hasn't been fucking with the den, they probably come in here and think this is the most. I wouldn't say even that, because I don't even think that I'm that offensive. Honestly, I don't think I'm that offensive. I just say shit, but easily offended people will find this extremely offensive. But my thing is. That's funny that question actually came up. That's funny that fucking question came up after we talked about Shaq Kush farting. Yeah, and that's my thing, man. You got to have the actual. I think it's the timestamp, the hour, minute, and let's say hour, minute, and seconds that he. Yeah, there you go. But my thing is just that you said I actually left to sort of find that video for you. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. So I'm a definitely, we're gonna do a comparison. I'm gonna trim that video. I'm gonna trim the Shaq Kush video. We're gonna see which one was worse. But again, like I say, a lot of this shit, the reason why the world has so many problems is because people look for shit to get offended about. Guess what happens when you don't subscribe to the bullshit? You subscribe to the Kush Den. Don't subscribe to the bullshit. When you don't subscribe to the bullshit, you look at shit and say, guess what? That has no effect on me. I really don't give a fuck. And you go on about your day. No problems whatsoever. It's not an issue. You spend a whole 5 seconds on some shit while people spend the rest of their fucking week, because there's nothing else for them to get mad about, talking about a problem that's not even really a problem and you wouldn't know about it if it wasn't for the media or somebody trying to blow it up into a thing. Again, you're entitled to get what you want. If you want to hunt down racist fucking shit, again, we live in a fucking world where we live in a country where most of us live in this country. Heidi, she's a weird foreigner. Most of us live in America where there are several 100 million people, where you're interacting with dozens of people, if not more, daily. When you go out in public, you're passing and interacting with hundreds of people. So, I mean, there's billions of interactions taking place daily. Guess what's going to happen? There are going to be some negative interactions. You know, my thing is, if I can say whatever the fuck I want, I expect the Mexican to say whatever they want. I expect the Arab to say whatever they want. I expect the white people to say whatever they want. Like, I don't expect that, well, I'm black, I get special privileges to insult everybody, but if anybody else says anything, it's racist. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. That's why I say I don't comprehend shit like that. Like, if I got the right to say it, I should expect that other people are saying the similar or the same thing. So I'm not about limiting anybody's fucking opinions. I'm not about limiting anybody's thoughts. I mean, shit, again, how do you advance if you don't think a little bit? And a lot of people just don't want to hear shit being said that is the truth, and that's unfortunate. Oh, you're telling me the truth. I'm offended by the truth, and now I'm mad about it, and I'm going to make a protest to distract people from what the truth really is and try to confuse motherfuckers. But the truth is, incels need to get off their fucking high horse and go fuck with some of these bummy bitches out here. That way you solve the problem of the bummy bitches not getting no action, the incels not getting no action. But the problem with that is, here's my big concern with that, is if the incels get to busting up the bummy bitches, what happens when you have bummy incel babies? I mean, what's going to happen? Because you're going to have some real low self-esteem babies out there. Is that what took place? Is that why we have this generation of kids that we have now with all these participation ribbons and things like that? Is that where it came from? I'm wondering. I'm curious about that. Creating a new show called The Bullshit. Don't subscribe to The Bullshit. You say, let's see. What is Soft Sports trying to be? What do you mean by that? Also, don't say bullshit. There's a political channel out there called No BS, and it might dissect your and all his boys are ready to give a fuck about that. Like, give a fuck about him or his boys, his crew of flunkies. Like, I give no shits about that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about politics. Like, you know, I'll point out certain things that I find stupid because I think all the shit is really stupid. Give a fuck about somebody in their channel. Who are the Latins? I don't even know. Everyone from Latin America is a Mexican. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I agree. Everything. Anybody who speaks some piece of Spanish, Latinish dialect, where you get the tyro, all Mexicans, man. It just makes it easier for me to process and generalize, and it's all about me. So that's how that works. Tell me more about this Mexican empire. That's about how it works too. That's about legit right there, Craig. But again, man, people get upset over nothingness, and I'm talking about getting upset. Let's crank open the sauceline for a little bit. Not the fucking sauceline. It shows you where I'm at. The Kush line for a little bit. Let me put the proper ear gear in. We'll take a couple of calls before we end it all, and not in that manner. You know, not in that manner. I'm not going to end it all. We're not going. Is it too soon to say anything about Mac Miller? Do you think Mac Miller's fucking death was like intentional or accidental? Because I don't think that the dude really intended to fucking kill himself. I think that, let me fucking, shit's all twisted up. So I got a call coming in. Give me just un segundo. Well, just missed the call. So sorry about that. Call back if you want to ask a question or discuss whatever it is. I had to take the majigger out and fix it, so I missed the call. So whoever that was, call back. They said accidental overdose. Okay, that's what I think too. Because I mean, if you see the videos prior to that, he was fucking playing a bunch of music. He seemed to be pretty happy. But you know, when you get lonely, when you get one deep, and speaking of, oh my God, we got something to talk about outside of that. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in on the Kush line this evening?
It's good, Ed. This is Dr. Rabbit or Mr. Rabbit.
Mr. Rabbit, how are you this evening? Are you staying away from the strawberry milk?
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Don't lie to me, Mr. Rabbit.
Okay. Let me just explain this to you. What do you think strawberry milk is? Because to me, it's just milk. That's all it is. And you just put strawberry syrup in it, and that's all it is. I don't understand what you see as it is. I don't know if you think it's a drug, but please, what is strawberry milk to you? Make it seem like a big deal. Oh, and also, what was the stream where Shaq Kush farted?
Oh, the stream where Shaq Kush farted. It's in the mixer. I don't know what date it is. It's probably somewhere between 6 to, I want to say 8 days ago. It was definitely a PUBG stream. I'll try to pull up the link. I'll see if I can pull that up here in a minute. But Dr. Rabbit, you know, the kids, they're all on this lean and this scissor, and now you got this strawberry flavored scissor, and you're putting it in your milk. And you're drinking this strawberry lean milk, man. I don't know what's going on, man. You know, you got to be careful. You're gonna sip the strawberry milk. You're gonna get all relaxed. Next thing you know, you're driving through Kyle trying to pick up some hose, and you end up in a ditch somewhere on the side of the road, man. And that's not what we want. You know, we don't want that. All right. So you just be careful with that strawberry milk because it could get real dangerous real fast. All right, you got to be careful.
In my dreams, Ed.
Hey, make your dreams a reality. Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'm gonna hang up. All right. Later, Ed.
Appreciate you calling, Dr. Rabbit. Explain Queefer. God damn the internet. But shout out to Dr. Rabbit. Appreciate the call, man. It's called Shaq Breaks. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this up while we're having this discussion. I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? I want to be honest with you guys. You got to be careful, okay? Because if you see this or you hear this, your life may never be the same. So I'm warning you, you know, I'm going to see if it's still available, and I'll post the link if it is available. But, there's that. Let's see what we got. Oh, shit, yeah, we go back a few days. Okay. Was it this one from about 9 days ago, or was this one from about 8 days ago? I think it was this one. It's this one. Matter of fact, let me download this so I can save it to use later to fucking save that and then compare it with the other stream. But can I get the link to this, please? All right, here we go. All right, so here is the deal. I'm telling you guys, it's all right. That's the link to the fart. It is 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 27 seconds in. Again, listen at your own risk, and 9/11 is, oh, there he goes. Exactly. You got to watch out for that Dominic guy. Dominic, if a school shooting happens, you're probably going to get shot. And I hate to say that. If you're trying to fight back and you don't have the proper tools, let's just say. So I would advise you to make haste and stay out the way. You know what I mean? There's that. Dominic, I worry about you. If anything ever happens and I don't report Dominic, and like I turn on the fucking news like 2 days from now and they show Dominic's picture on the fucking news, should I feel bad? Like, should I be concerned about that? Like, am I to blame for that? You know, I got to be cautious. You know, they might arrest me. You're falsely accusing this guy. We're going to put you away, nigger. Hey, how about Braylon with the hard ER in the fucking sauce today? Man, how about that? That was unexpected. I mean, Braylon really, it's all that fucking Georgia talk. I mean, he really dropped the, okay, here we go. He definitely dropped a hard ER, and I was like, whoa there, bud. What's really going on, Braylon? What you really got to say? Tell us how you really feel. All right, that'll work. Okay, cool. Yeah. All sauce funding for that one is out of there. That shit was super. Are they going to show a picture of SpongeBob? Dominic Delgado. This is the picture of the suspect. There's going to be a fucking SpongeBob. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think black folks have a different reaction. I think niggas hear gunshots, they know to clear out. Like, I think other folks, they just go into, well, are those gunshots? Well, let's go see. Let's go find out. Hey, what are you doing there? Oh shit, buddy. That's not funny. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. But I did. So, hey, it just happens. It's unfiltered, raw and unfiltered. Yeah, niggas gonna be out the window, shit. Burglar bars or not, nigga gonna slide up out the window, shit. So, oh man, so you heard, yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Is that not one of the worst farts that you've heard in person or via subconnect? I don't know, digital or ever. It was no, you can't do my boy like that. He has a little one, so obviously he's had some type of of sexual contact to have fathered a child. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna put my boy in the incel community. How dare you? But yeah, there's that. But not to make light. You say Kush play a video game, plus shit on it. Oh well, there is that. That's quite close to it. But no, I will not subscribe to such a belief. But again, so here's the deal, man. Y'all know what here's the deal means. Y'all know what that's all about. We're going to wind it down. We're going to call it a wrap. But Dr. Rabbit wastes no time whatsoever. That's fucking hilarious. That is fucking hilarious. So here's the deal. Whoa. Should you just let it happen? No, don't do that. That's fucking hilarious. But again, I appreciate y'all, all mi amigos via the den. Code Brown save the children. Dominic, I'm really worried about you, man. I'm really worried about you. Triple low brown note. Good grief. I should have told y'all anything, but I did, so no turning back now. Well, that's what happens when you try to blame it on Scotty. Look, Scotty has done some dastardly deeds in his day, but I cannot have Scotty falsely accused of such a I cannot have Scotty accused of such a false accusation. I mean, Scotty does have a reputation to maintain, and you know, he can't defend himself, so I have to defend him for him. But with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to Dr. Rabbit for calling in on the Kush line. We'll be back at it tomorrow after the sauce. And again, you know, if you ever have ideas, topics, suggestions, you know, you can reach me on one of the many platforms. You can hit me at HonchoHTX on Instagram or Twitter. You can hit me at In the Kush Den on Twitter, or you can hit me at _Kush Den on Instagram. Or shit, you can just hit one of the Soft Sports things and say, hey, man, I got an idea for the Kush Den. I mean, it all works kind of the same. So that's actually good, because when you made that post, I thought that was actually a very good post. That's actually something we might talk about. I need to go back and check that. I gave that post some love, because I do think that's something me and Miss Honcho talk about often, that especially we can sit here like, yeah, it's easy to shit on America when, you know, you really haven't ventured out elsewhere to see what is offered. But none of these other places offer you the opportunities that America has. I think just people don't want to subscribe. Like, I think you have more people expecting shit to just be given to them and handed to them for whatever reasons. But you have more opportunities here than a little bit. More motherfuckers become millionaires every fucking year. More motherfuckers live lavishly here than anywhere else. And if you don't like this country, get rich here and take your money elsewhere and do some other shit. Like, it's really not that hard. But as far as opportunity to have and create success, where else are you going to get that? Because you go anywhere else, you can easily get bamboozled and fucked over 10 times worse than you can here in America. You know, there is a history here, and it is very unfortunate, but at the same time, like, there's so much more opportunity. And you have the problem you have is too many people looking back in the past and worried about everything that happened back then instead of paying attention to the future and seizing the opportunity, then complaining about everybody else who came in and took advantage of that opportunity and thrived. So, crazy stuff. That's why I say I can't subscribe. Like, I remember back in the day, I was like, oh yeah, America sucks. But then again, it's your perspective. When you start waking up and you start paying more attention to things that are beneficial instead of the emotional, then you will realize that you're very fortunate to be born here. Again, every country has a problem. You could complain about being born in America and having some certain situations over your head that you can overcome. Or you could be happy about being born in certain parts of Africa where at 5 or 6 you'd be you get sold off into fucking slavery. You become a child fucking warrior shooting choppers at 5 and 6 instead of getting an education. You know, working for a warlord, or little girls getting kidnapped, raped. Like, there's problems everywhere. We try to glorify certain places and demonize others when everywhere has problems. And I'm not saying America's the greatest place on earth, the safest place on earth, anything like that. But as far as the most leverage you have in any fucking country, you have it here in America. You just got to stop watching fucking TV. That's the problem. Motherfuckers watch too much goddamn TV. They read too many fucking newspapers. They watch too much news, and they start subscribing to other people's problems. When if they got rid of all that bullshit, focused on themselves, and took advantage of the opportunities that they have as an individual, man, none of that shit would even be a fucking problem, man. So it is what it is. Again, I appreciate y'all. We'll talk about that tomorrow. That actually may be a good conversation for tomorrow. So we'll talk about how bad is America really. But with that being said, my friends in the den, I fuck with y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Kenneth got out of here early, so I can't really kick y'all out. You know, I only really kick y'all out when Kenneth is around. But with that being said, I'm out. Y'all get the fuck out. You ain't got to go home. Just get the fuck out. God damn it. Get out of here.